In this video, I will reveal the number one cheap art supply that will help you progress as an artist. I will prove that expensive art supplies are not required. I will show you which cheap art supplies still perform at a high level, and you can watch me create a page in my sketchbook using all cheap supplies. I have several decades of experience in making art and using sketchbooks, and a little wisdom to share. Stay to the end of the video for a list of cheap supplies that I enjoy. First, I am using tempera paint sticks. This particular brand is Quick Sticks. They were $29 for a set of 24. That makes them $1.20 each. They glide on very smoothly like butter or like lipstick, and they're made for children, but I am sure that I'm enjoying them as much as any child. They dry completely in 90 seconds, and then other pens will draw on top. Unlike the uber expensive Caran d'Ache wax pastels, which are also water soluble but so waxy that very few pens will write or draw on top. The washi tape I use to mask the edges is also cheap. You can generally get them for 50 to 80 cents a roll. Then, using a metallic no-name gel pen, I outlined the basic shapes. I got these in a set of 100 for $20. That makes them 20 cents each. Gel pens can be a fabulous art tool. Afterwards, I used a regular old ballpoint pen to make the drawing. The Uniball Jetstream has been a favorite for years. It's the way the ink glides out that I love. They aren't the cheapest ballpoint pen you could get, and actually, they are the Cadillac of ballpoint pens, coming in at $2.70 each. However, any ballpoint pen can make a nice drawing. Most ordinary ballpoint pens are about 15 cents each. I often use ballpoint pen to draw in my sketchbook. The key is to test many pens until you find the one that makes you happy. Also, the texture of the paper has to be compatible with the pen, so even if you find the perfect pen for you, it may not work on all paper types. That also means that the pen you think you don't like might work for you on a different paper. This is where sketchbook playgrounds come in. You can test a variety of pens, paint, and tools and see how they interact with each other, and then have a record of it in your sketchbook. The sketchbook is like a research and development department. While you're doodling or swatching out your tools, you could discover a pattern or a combination of tools that go together. Then you can use it in future drawings. The more you practice, the more discoveries you will make. The more comfortable you are with just making random marks and just playing around, the more often you will go to your sketchbook and the more practice you will get. The number one cheap art supply that will help you progress is a cheap sketchbook. The cheaper it is, the more you will feel no pressure to make something beautiful and just make marks and learn and grow. It is better to make new sketchbook pages than to have expensive supplies. If you have benefited from the tips in this video, please subscribe to the channel. It's free. Or for more tips, sign up for my newsletter through the link in the comments section. Cheap art supplies remind me of how, as a very young person, I was convinced that I needed expensive things to be happy. I wanted a watch to match all of my shoes and an umbrella to match all my watches. I yearned for everything in the Spiegel catalog, but had no income at all. I wanted a new outfit for every occasion, and all the brand names. I wanted many Coach purses and other things to make me look rich. But I wasn't looking to work for income in order to afford these things. And I wasn't planning a career or a business to line up my finances so that I would be able to pay for these things with my earnings. I wasn't even hoping for a husband to finance my expensive desires. And I wanted the things right then. I am embarrassed to tell of the schemes I involved myself in for the pursuit of things. Decades later, I'm wiser, and I know that it is a blessing that I didn't get the money I wanted at the time. Now I know that the more wealth a person accumulates, the more they would rather not be the obvious target for thieves and con men. The longer I live, the more I understand people who would rather look average instead of advertising their prosperity. The more it becomes clear that the famous people in the media that flaunt their wealth are the smallest percentage of affluent people. Also, it is amazing how some things are expensive but not worth the expense at all. Just because the thing is expensive doesn't mean it is good. Wisdom guides me to want enough to be comfortable and to be generous, but mostly to be resourceful and frugal with what I am given. I have certainly learned how to squeeze a dollar. Back then, I had no idea what makes a person truly wealthy, and that the more you draw close to God, the more He adds to your life. True wealth is perfect peace, family, good health, good memories, eternal life, and a relationship with Jesus. A rich man that doesn't know God is just a poor man with money. Matthew 6:33 says, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." That is it, and that is all.